when you get hit, there's a 20% chance that the person who hit you will be slowed. It's both in movement and attack speed. It's basically like the Phage or like the Frozen Mallet, except it's defensively. It's a tank item. You know, if you're getting hit, it's a good one to have. Makes you a lot more survivable. And now it upgrades into the amazing Randuin's Omen. This is a good item to get to counter physical attackers. Anytime you're in a situation where you're being hit by people physically, excellent item to get. No doubt about it. Tiamat, not generally a good item. What it does is, it gives you the abilities of all the items that come to build it. So a little health regen, a little mana regen, a little attack damage. Obviously attack damage is good, the rest of the stats not so good. You're basically paying, that's not much, 250 gold, to make your attacks splash. So when you hit with an auto attack, it does damage in a small area around your target. This does help your farming, this does help you push a lane very quickly, but it won't help you kill heroes and win team fights. So generally it's not regarded very highly. There are certain specialized builds that do work to just push things as quickly as possible. Every now and again there may be value to Tiamat, but generally speaking it's considered a very poor item. Don't fall into a trap of depending on it. Stark's Fervor. Oh, better move around. Stark's Fervor, possibly one of the best items in the game. It's been nerfed a couple of times, it's still amazing. It gives you attack speed, and it gives an aura that gives all your allied champions lifesteal, attack speed, health regeneration, and reduces armor of nearby champions by 20. We've already talked about it. Armor penetration is one of those stats, just like magic penetration. Extraordinarily valuable. It multiplies your damage considerably. This makes this and the Aegis of the Legion, this wins team fights. Both of these items are almost totally mandatory every fight. The only times you wouldn't want a Stark's Fervor is when you've got like literally no physical DPS whatsoever. Other than that, it's good. It's even good just to get for yourself. If you're the only physical person, it's that good. It's just really quite amazing. In fact, I'm going to talk about Malady a little bit later, and this item, while it costs more than Malady, is far better than Malady. Force of Nature I've already talked about. This is the thing you get if you need to tank spellcasters. The Omen I've already talked about. Warmogs I've already talked about. Let's go to the final category in defense, which is armor. Cloth armor is a basic item. I won't bother talking about it. Same as the Chains Vest. I've already talked about Doran's Shield. I'll talk about the boots when I get to the boots. Heart of Gold we talked about. Madred's Razor. Now this is an interesting item. Really good. Now, it gives you a little bit of armor, a little bit of damage. Mostly you're buying this for the passive, which is 15% chance on attack to deal 500 damage to a minion. When this procs, it will basically instantly kill a minion. This is really good for jungling. It's not really, I mean, it helps your laning obviously, but it's not worth getting just for laning. This is an item you get if you're going to be jungling, but more importantly, it's an item you get to upgrade to the Madred's Blood Razor later on. And I will mostly talk about it in context of Madred's Blood Razor. So if you're going to be jungling as anyone like a Warwick or whoever it is, doesn't matter, get this. Otherwise, you can stay away from this item until the end of the game where you may need a Blood Razor. I'll talk about it later. Warden's Mail I've talked about. Glacial Shroud, I will talk about it just in a little bit in the context of Frozen Heart. You don't usually buy a Glacial Shroud for itself, you buy it to build a Frozen Heart. Aegis I've talked about. Thornmail. Thornmail, like the Warden's Mail, is a great way to shut down physical carries. It gives you a lot more armor, and when you get hit, it returns some of the damage back. These physical carries do a lot of damage, and they tend to be squishy, so if they're taking 30% of what they put out, that is going to hurt them a lot. It does not take a lot more to push them over the top and just kill them. You are paying a lot for that effect, but you know, if you're in a fight and if you got maybe a Fed Jax or something, I don't know, on the enemy team, it's a good way to counter that. Really important. Atma's impaler gives you a little bit of armor, a little bit of crit, but you're mostly buying it for the passive, which is it deals extra damage based on your max health. This is a late game item. You get it when you've already got a lot of health. If you've invested in other health items, not Warmogs because Warmogs suck, then Atma's becomes kind of valuable because of the crit and everything. It's not a godly item. It's not a very high tier item, but it's okay. It's got its place somewhere with the right character, the right build. It's decent on Jax. Jax runs around with a lot of hit points, and you can take advantage of the crit and the health damage. But not a whole lot of other characters will have the right combination of attack speed and physicality plus the health pool, so it doesn't see much play. Sunfire Cape I talked about, Guardian Angel, Randuin's Omen, Frozen Heart. I will finish this video with the Frozen Heart because we're just about to lose this game. The Frozen Heart gives you a bunch of armor, gives you some extra mana, reduces your cooldowns by a lot, 25% is quite a bit, and reduces the attack speed of nearby enemies by 20%. This is an amazing item to get, again, to counter physical people, because it gives you lots of armor and also slows down their attack speed, which not only defends you, but defends everyone in a group fight. And of course the cooldown stuff is quite good. This is an item that is good to get. How close are we to dying here? Wow. This is an item that's good to get if the enemy team has any physical DPS, and you can get it on a carry character, you can get it on, no, not a carry so much, but you can get it on a tank, and you can get it on a support character. Very valuable there. It will keep you alive, and of course keep your team alive, which is what support is all about. Man, he's trying to kill him here. Can we slow it down at all? Anyway, that's it for the defensive items. Looks like my Alistair wasn't able to beat their Alistair, so we are going to lose this match. I will be back with another video soon looking at the items in the other categories. Until then, don't buy Warmog's armor. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. Don't buy Warmog's armor, there's plenty of other good items. Until next time, I will see you later.